What's going on, everyone? American and Leeds, the American and Leeds YouTube and Spotify channel. Hope you're all doing well. My name Alex, and welcome in. Small channel. Please smash the like. Also subscribe if you're not subscribed. The basis of this channel is just talking Leeds, almost pub style. I'm bellying up to the bar and talking to you, my mates, in a way. And I want to talk about Leeds and what you think. So please do respond in the comments section. I live for it. So also want to shout out to subscribers. I'm just like noodling around here. I'm like, oh, these are where new subscribers have been coming in. But Wayne Mace, Stephen Piper, Christine Newman, York Dale, Garrett Dakin, Michael Lazaru, Mike Smith, J Mox Leeds, James Armstrong, Andrew Rainey. Thank you for being Leeds. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Also, got to shout out my community spotlight, the guys that, I mean, it's like we're regulars at the pub, right? If you enjoy those kind of libations, if not, no worries. If you're more of a tea man, I have water and coffee here myself. Carl Bull, Michael Pollard, Andy Whisker, Joe Shaw, and Robin. Robin, your avatar has you strumming an acoustic guitar, so I hope, you know, I don't know, what are you playing? A little James Taylor there? I don't know, something mellow to unwind, I imagine. You look like you're in a pub. Hopefully, in that avatar. So anyway, shout out to you. Let's look at the goals, shall we? 7. Barca took the gloves off. He took the gloves off, and finally we were able to go and go and go and go again. And this is via Leeds United social media, and I just want to play a little bit of these goals, right? So first one, obviously Solomon is, or I believe that's Dan James. One of the wingers has undone the side here. This is minute 5. Aronson continues to occupy the space. Bang, pass it into the net. We'll have that. Thank you very much. Great. It was just clean, crisp football, not trying to walk it into the net. Get the cross in. Bang. There's Solomon. James to Solomon. That's been an excellent connection, winger to winger, running the counterattack. And everything was, well, the pressing today was the pressing today was impressive. Bielsa-like, I heard somebody say, and it did remind me of that. Hunting in packs. Aronson relentless on the pressure that he was giving them. There's Solomon. Bang. Thank you very much. Firpo, assist number 1. I want to talk about him more throughout this stream. Firpo, yes, thank you. Easy, simple cross. Perot, we'll have that. Thank you, thank you. Perot with the penalty. We'll have that. Thank you very much. Now I'll correct myself if I'm wrong here on that second goal. Something tells me that wasn't a Perot, but we'll get to it. Now Nanto comes on. Nanto, again, simple. Cut in. Bang. There's a goal. This is what we want to see from Willie. Keep it simple. We don't have to overthink these goals and walk it into the net. Cut in. Pick your spot. Thank you very much. Firpo again with the cross. Then, oh, no, that is Mateo Joseph with his first goal in a long time. And let's see who we've got here.
Or 7.
And the final minutes. Thank you very much. 7, 7, 7. Look at that, gentlemen. 7, 7. Just simple. I mean, it was just, the goals were simple goals, all from open play. I mean, maybe I'm not doing them justice, but they just weren't. I don't like when we overthink ourselves in the final third. I like when we make easy decisions that just simply unbalance the team and put it away. So I thought that was lovely. I thought it was just lovely to watch today. Could have been 10. Could have been 10. Farka out. Why wasn't it 10? Farka. Look, I've been Farka questioning myself, but it's just good to see. It's like a cleanse. It's good to see the team flush it all out, play for each other. Even the the substitutes getting involved and getting in goals and assists today were exciting. Let's look at the starting lineup for Leeds United, because this is where before the match, I'm going, where do we strengthen? Where do we strengthen? Okay. And the starting lineup is pretty solidified. Meslier in goal, Bogle, Firpo, Rodon, Ethan Ampadu is the center back partnership with Rodon. They've been, you really can't even tell that Strauch has been out. Rothwell and Tanaka in, James, Aronson, Solomon, Perot. That's your front four. And look at the bench. Darlow, Byram, Vober, Stroke, Gruev, Guglielvalli, Ramazani, Nanto, and Joseph. Especially the attacking talent. Ramazani, Nanto, Joseph. Strauch's a starter. Gruev could be a starter. Guglielvalli, I think, is an excellent locker room presence. Vober is an international Austrian player, and Byram is an excellent locker room presence and does get in games. So I don't think there's room for anyone. Guglielvalli, maybe because he's slower, could be moved back to France, but I think he's great in cleanup time. And would we make any money on him? Probably not. And then maybe you get a 10 in, right? That's like if you're really being picky. But I like Guglielvalli as an experienced head on a very young team. So I don't know. I don't know where you strengthen this side. The only worry is, right, Aronson. If he goes down, there's not a 10 backup. There's not an operator. But even in that scenario, the 10 that you're bringing in is not going to be guaranteed playing time. So who you're going to get? The 49ers are under this very interesting landscape where they have to be very careful with who they bring in. Because let's say they do get promoted. I'm not saying, like, there's the comments out there that are, well, they've got to save for the Premier League. That I don't think is the case. They have deep pockets. We have money. It's not about saving. It's about having these bad contracts in the Premier League. And what do I mean by a bad contract? We have a lot of players that are what I would call borderline. They're too good for the championship, and I don't know how they're going to do in the Premier League. It's a whole nother kettle of fish, as we all know, because we were there. And who our manager is matters, and who these players are taking up space matters. And so, for example, Jayden Bogle, I think, is too good for the championship. But he hasn't necessarily proven himself in the Premier League either. So that's a player, I would call it a 4A player. What do I mean by a 4A player is in American baseball, basically means you're too good for the highest level of minor leagues, which is AAA. So you're a 4A, but you're not a major league player yet. You can't be identified as major league. So you're in this kind of purgatory space where they don't know what to do with you because you're not going to make the squad in the big league. and you're too old to really be in the minor league, which would be the championship in this case, or you're too experienced, so you're kind of just bouncing around. And these are the type of players that we are going to attract. They're easy to get, right? And that's no slight on Jaden. Jaden could kick on in the Premier League, absolutely. But going up against Jaden Anthony is a big difference than going up against Salah, right? That's levels, and that's who you're going to be going with. So it's just in terms of the caliber of players, right? So the thing out, Joe Donahue tweeted out earlier yesterday, no Cameron Archer for Southampton this afternoon. Cameron Archer could be a great player for us in the championship. Is he a player that we want in the Premier League? We have to kind of have an eye out for the Premier League. Now, it would be, now, if you're looking in the crystal ball and you're saying Leeds will not make it out this year, absolutely sign Cameron Archer, because we'll probably lose Aronson or another attacking player, and we'll need more strength in the middle of that attack. But I don't think you're thinking that. You're thinking we're going to get promoted. And as Cameron Archer, it's a January window conundrum. I don't know what the right answer is. And I don't think it's us being skint or saving or anything like that. It's just they're bubble players, right? We can't get Buendia to come down. Buendia would probably start. He would be a piece that I would have sold to Buendia and said, look, do 3 months with us, and you will be a centerpiece for us in the Premier League. You will be a centerpiece purchase for us, because we're going to come out of this league, get us promoted, but there's no guarantees. He's felt that he's done his time, etc. Buendia goes to the Bundesliga. We know how that has resolved. So it's difficult. The other thing is, Leeds always move in silence. There is going to be maybe a player that comes in on Monday that we don't even know their name. We don't know where the heck this thing came from. It just was under wraps, and the lips were tight, and they just you just hear somebody 6 hours before the deadline flying into Leeds Bradford Airport. That could be a possibility as well. But when you look at that starting lineup and the bench, there's just not a lot of room for anyone. For anyone. All right, we move. I think they get a body. My crystal ball says I think they get somebody, but I don't even know. I would be okay if they don't. And I think Farka would too. No matter what he says, he always wants more. Final closing notes. Let's just look at where the goals came from today. Let's take a peek at the table. And so Aronson, Solomon, James, Perot with the brace, Nanto, Joseph. I was so impressed by Nanto's goal, the reaction of the team, understanding that he's a player that's frustrated with himself, understanding that he's a player that probably wants to start. He's always been a player that I don't have a problem with desire and belief that you're better than. I don't have a problem with that, but you have to continue to go out and prove it. And Nanto has been, I think it's been a frustrating season for him. Both Daniel James and Monor Solomon are more experienced wingers. They just are. And they're established internationals for their teams. I mean, Italy is probably a bigger country than Wales and the Israeli national team, but that's where they are. And all these players, except for Perot, are internationals. Aronson's international. Solomon's international. James is international. Perot is not. Nanto has been and could, I believe, still qualify for an under 21 or so campaign, and Joseph is international under 21. So it's just, we do have to pinch ourselves, I think, soak it in and understand and these are my closing thoughts. When we first got relegated, I looked everybody in the eye on this channel, this small, tiny channel, and I said, it's not who we're going to get, it's who we're going to keep. When we first went down, it's not who we got, it's who we kept. We kept Rotere, we kept Somerville, we kept a lot of these players. We lost 3 big players. Last window was the window that hurt, felt bad. And all these exit clauses. We were able to get Aronson back. We were able to get Vober back. I know he hasn't had a big impact. Sign Rodon, sign Ampadu. These are centerpieces for us. Keep Stroik. Keep Nanto. Nanto didn't want to be here, and he took a lot of stick for it. He's coming back, but he was key to hold on to as a depth piece. You saw it today, what he can do. Recruit Ramazan. Again, 49ers, in many cases, you could probably go pound for pound. Last squad and the squad this year might have been better than what we were backing Bielsa with. No, don't say that, I mean, we gave him, I'm just starting to think, he was starting Dan James as striker. That's how bad Rads did not back Bielsa. We had one of the best coaches in the world. We did not back him. Anyways, that's the story. And I just kicking myself at that thought. All right, let's look a little bit at the table, because we want to get out of this league. We want to be in the Prim. And look, the Prim is chewing up and spitting out championship promoted teams the last years. It's been 3 up and 3 down. Okay? We do not want to be a yo-yo team. Next window is so huge. Next window is so huge. If we want to say the squad needs surgery, it might for the Premier League. We're not there yet. But I do want to maybe even look at the Premier League table, and then I'm out of here. Also, we'll be on Jeer's channel Monday night for the close of the transfer window. So please do tune into Jeer Leeds United, The View, the biggest channel. 60s, approaching 60,000. All of you, I imagine, are subscribed to Jeer. If you're not, do subscribe to him. He does his homework. He's a journalist. That's basically who Jeer is, if you don't know what Jeer is. We sit atop the table, 63 points. Sheffield United, 61. They have dropped 1 game in their last 5. Burnley sit at 58 points. So there is a 5-point cushion between first and third. I wouldn't call it a gap yet, but a cushion. Of course, they have not lost, and they have only conceded 9 goals. Biggest goal difference, Leeds United. Thank you very much. 41, and the 7-0 will help us out with that. We've scored 60 goals. We've conceded 19. I mean, Burnley have only scored 36 goals. Whew. It's tough to watch football. My gosh. 36. They only lead Blackburn in that category. My gosh. West Brom have scored more goals. Anyways, but they haven't conceded more. 9 is tight, a tight defense. That's wrapped tight. But you got to be able to score goals in this league. So we're all feeling good about promotion. 5-point gap. Of course, 2-point gap to second. Let's look at who Burnley has. Of course, a draw against Portsmouth today. They'll have Oxford on Tuesday the 4th, and Southampton in the Cup. I want to know about the league. Oxford, Southampton in the cup, and then Hull and Preston. Let's look at Sheffield United have Portsmouth, Borough. Borough could always give you a good game. Portsmouth, Borough on Wednesday. Luton and us. So Sheffield United actually have a tough run in, right? Sheffield United have a little bit of a tough run in. And then we'll look at the Mighty Whites, Leeds United. Coventry on the 5th. We have the Cup against Millwall. I can't believe we're hosting a game again. Millwall, that'll be a fun match. I think good for rotation. Watford, and that's another thing. Farke has been excellent at keeping this team fresh. Touch wood. I thought the substitutes were great. Pascal was a sight for sore eyes, and Firpo is just a must for me. So we have a little bit of a tough run in too. Coventry, Millwall in the Cup, Watford, and Sunderland hosting Sunderland. They'll be licking their chops, and then Sheffield. Right? If we get through this, West Brom after that, if we get through the month of February, maybe you say March 1st, you like our chances even more. You really do. So an important run-in. Start with 3 points today. Improve the goal difference. Act as a point, and we keep going. We really can put this hopefully promotion test to the sword in the next few weeks. What are your thoughts? What do you think? Are you excited? Do you think we get anybody on Monday and watch Michael Maynard and Gier Lynch and I on Monday night as the window closes? I don't think we'll get anybody of massive significance. Maybe a defender. You'd like a 10. We'd all like a 10. It's just a tough position to recruit for. And that's it. Up the Whites. Cheers, everybody. Till next time.